Okay. Um, Welcome to the start of everything. For me, anyways. I guess. I don't have an intro for you right now because this is my first YouTube channel. Welcome to my chaotically boring life. I guess that's what I have to say. Um, I am starting YouTube. It is the start of 2026. It's actually the second. I was supposed to film this before, but I didn't because the haze between Christmas and New Year's just kind of consumed me as a whole. And so little did she know she wouldn't finish editing and posting this video until March. Yeah. Anyways, um, I want to start doing things. Okay. And I have been doing things, obviously. I am 20 right now. And I've done a decent amount of things, but I want to get my life on track because I'm going to be turning 21 this year, and that's a pretty big milestone for a lot of people, but I mainly just want to be doing something because I don't know how 2025 went for everybody else, but what was that? That was not good. So, I'm going to be romanticizing my life, I guess. Everybody has their New Year's resolutions. I don't have like a set plan of New Year's resolutions. I do have like okay, I do have to say I have goals. But I don't want it to be anything like, oh, I'm not going to eat any bread or any carbs or anything like that. It's fine if people have those goals because everybody teach their own, right? But I I want to set up my goals a little bit differently. That way like it's more of how much of one thing I can accomplish rather than like a certain amount of things that I need to accomplish by a certain amount of time. Does that make sense? That probably doesn't make sense. Let me try and rephrase that. I swear I'll get to my point. So I'm going. What this YouTube, so what this video is going to be, is basically me starting up everything, starting a YouTube channel, starting a planner because I've seen people plan out their lives and they have like, I've seen where people romanticize their lives, and I am in no way like this clean girl, neat girl type of person. I want to be. I just don't think it's in me, but I'm gonna try my best to at least pick up my life and be more conscious and aware of what I'm doing. And so, if that's anything you're interested in, welcome. I'm going to be trying different hobbies. I'm going to be trying different foods. I like trying things. I'm going to be reading a lot of different books. I'm going to be, like I said, making a planner and starting a YouTube channel from scratch, which is why there's not going to be any intro or anything like that unless I can just pull something out of my ass last minute. Can you say ass on YouTube? I think you can. I don't know. I'll learn, I guess. Um, if you're wondering what else type of content you're gonna see, it's just gonna be me trying to figure everything else out. I want to have a good skincare routine. You know what? I'm gonna just put my list of goals right here. That way you don't have to listen to me ramble anymore. But yeah. Uh, let's get on with the video, I guess. So I first started off by sketching the design of my journal. I kind of wanted to go with this like cozy winter morning vibe for January just because that's the vibe January gives me. And I want to structure it kind of like the entry page of a chapter book, which will make sense later on in the video. But the next page has a lot more function and it is my calendar. I first drew a bunch of lines across the page just to make sure that all of the days were evenly spaced and decided to go with this little toast theme, which once again will make more sense later on in the video. And then I just outlined them with all of these uh, brown markers and colored pencils, which look a lot better in person now that I'm reviewing the video. But anyways, not the point. I really wanted to make my own calendar because all the calendars at the store are Monday Start, and that really peeved me for some reason. I don't know if that bothers anybody else, but I need a Sunday Start calendar. Anyways, One of the purposes of this journal, or actually the main purpose, is to track things, my habits, my daily life, my workouts, things like that. And the graph paper made that all that much easier because um, I was able to write all of the numbers down evenly spaced and not have to eyeball that. And so then I just wrote down all the different workouts I do, and then I'm just going to fill them in based on the ones I do each day. I had to get a little bit more creative when it came to creating the sleep schedule tracker because how do you really track that properly in like a visual representation, you know? Like I could write down how many hours I slept and from which hours I slept, but like there wouldn't be like this easy visual representation to compare it to for the next month. And so I did end up finding one on Pinterest. Pinterest is my go-to when I'm running out of ideas. And it's really just kind of structured the way the hours are in the night, and so then you just fill them in accordingly. And then I just decided to do this neat little cloud design at the top because I don't know, to add a little creativity to the page, and clouds equal sleep, I guess, in my mind. I don't really know. Now, flipping back to the very first pages of the journal, I decided to leave them blank just in case I forgot anything, and I did. I decided to write my 2026 goals and I guess aspirations down. These include a variety of things, including academic, finances, different stuff like that. I just wanted to get it all down. That way I can look back at it every month and kind of revise my goals. My main goal is to build these things up, and hopefully by the end of the year, I can look back and go, oh, yeah, I've built on a lot of these, or I've made a lot of progress in these areas. So, this is kind of the progress of what the journal is looking like so far. Starting off strong with the 2026 goals and moving on to the chapter 1 entry page for January, which I didn't finish the design fully, but I did write myself a little note on what to focus on during this month, and that was really helpful. Um, the next page is the calendar, which I really like the way it turned out. The graphics looked really nice, and I cleverly nicknamed it January, which I thought was the greatest thing at 2 a.m. after studying. But the aesthetics worked. I did really keep track of this calendar. One I did not keep track of was this mood tracker. As aesthetically pleasing as it is, I didn't keep track of it, but I did really like the concept. I had all the little moods of coffee beans at the bottom, and then I filled them up at the top. But it's just not maintainable, and I don't think I'll be putting this in next month's journal entry. And here's another one I did not keep track of, but really should have and will put in the next one. Hopefully, it's my water tracker. Each of those droplets is a cup. I don't drink a lot of water, and it has shown I did not keep track of this for the rest of the month. The one I did keep track of, though, was sleep, and it was very eye opening, and I did correct myself a little bit towards the end. Then there's my workout tracker. This one I really like the design of. I also did a little thing where each color was a YouTube video that I followed because I can't create workouts on my own yet. The next page is my skincare routine, which was very, very consistent. I definitely kept up with that. It's pretty much stayed like this, but just went down with the same colors the whole way, which that's a really weird way to say that, but I basically kept the same skincare routine throughout January. I also had a study binder that I created. It was just a plain binder with graph paper inside of it. I just want something simple. Now enjoy some pictures of food I took. Nope, that's not how you word that. I did not steal food. Enjoy these pictures that I took of food while I wrap up this video. Okay, so quick summary of how January went. Um, I feel like it moved at a decent pace. A lot of stuff happened. There were birthday parties, baptisms, stuff like that, but not really a lot of stuff that I could really film content for, and I just kind of spaced it out overall, especially since I was starting my pre-calculus class. Not pre-calculus, brief calculus, which this is March me filming this. January me had no idea that there was such a big difference between brief calculus and pre-calculus. So, fair warning to anybody who
is going to make that mistake in the future. Anyways, not the point. I did try quite a few things, and I feel like it's a good start for this journey. I do think that there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be taken out of the next journal entry because some things are just not attainable to keep track of. And I will show the progress of the other journals in the next video. Um, Overall, I feel like decent start. I didn't accomplish a lot of the goals that I had set out, but I really just wanted to start everything. And yeah, I do not have an outro for you guys, so thanks for watching and tune in for the next chapter. This video is kind of rough in editing and not all that great, but as they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure, so I hope you enjoy my junk.